Hello plastic model builders, it is me Ari Stone with Plastic Model Builder, and I would like to welcome you to part 8 of my Tamiya F-14D Tomcat in 1/48 scale. In this video we are going to be painting all the small little detail parts, so watch all of it so you can see all the good stuff. You just saw me painting the gun up front with that nice metallic color. We are now doing all the little pitot tubes, these various parts right here, things that basically get a metal looking color. We've got these right here, little vents that are just by the front of the cockpit, one on each side. They look real pretty when they're all said and done, and this is them right here. We're also going to be painting the lights in this, so watch that because we do that in two separate parts in this video. We first paint things white and then we go back and paint the rest of the clear parts. Here I had a little decal snafu, so we are fixing this with a spare decal that comes with the kit. Not really a spare, but essentially a replacement, and I just kind of line it up and make it look pretty for some model making madness. Yes, periodically we have bumps in the road. I am using some Alclad right here. Aluminum cladding is what that stands for too. This is to do the aluminum looking color that is on the front of the wings. So you see me doing that and you see what it looks like. It's just a bear-like coat on there just to make it look good. You see that tape there? You had to go around all those little edges along there, those little square pieces. A little tedious, but I made it work. That's the fun part of modeling. We've got some little lunar lighting going on there that you will see on wingtips. See those on a lot of aircraft. Got a little sensor right here that's getting painted. There's all sorts of little antenna and sensors on this aircraft, so we're going to paint all those as well. So you see the front, I got my little dotting tool right here to go over these little details just like this. I use it a lot more than the paintbrush for some reason now. I don't know why. I guess I just don't like cleaning paintbrushes. So we are going around these right here. Those are on the outside by the tail stabilizers. Got a couple of those right here. These are for the front leading edge of your intakes. You got two of those, and those go on a little later on. That's the final assembly when we put all these wonderful little parts onto the aircraft, and it makes it look really good for the final assembly. So we got these right here. I'm not too worried about getting paint on the outsides of them. Why? Because weathering is such a good thing. I didn't used to weather, but when you want to make your aircraft look like it's been flying for a month to a couple of months, depending on where it's at, things get dirty. So that's what a lot of modelers do. We weather the aircraft to look like it's been flying for a little bit. Granted, these things do get a bath every month to every 6 months. Just depends, once again, where they're at and the environment and how dirty they can get. So you see you've got more little types of vents on the underside of this aircraft. You can see where missiles will go and drop tanks and things like that. We've got these on the side right here on both sides of the wings. Also, if you didn't know, take an F-14, cut it in half right down the middle, cut off the back half, the front fuselage part of it where the cockpit is, and you have yourselves an A-wing starfighter from Star Wars. Interesting, but fun fact. So we have this right here that'll go on the tail. You'll see that in a different video for a final assembly. Next we have red, such a fun color. More details right here. We're going to paint that. Going to paint some landing gear doors with that. Going around this right here. I do like my little daughter because I don't have to clean a brush. I'm learning to use it a lot better. We've got this more red paint because especially cleaning red paint out of brushes is never fun. Alright, so we've got our wheels. Going to paint some silver for the lug nuts, if you want to call them lug nuts, but they certainly do lug nut things. Got this little yellow going on right here. These are the front wheels because they're small. You can tell by their size. Now we got the insides right here. These are the rear wheels. And that's like the braking mechanism. You see how that all fits in there. You got your nuts and your bolts. And it's got that little trapezoid so you can put the landing gear in. Makes everything look good. We've got the back right here of our sensors, probes, the tail hook, making that look pretty as well. Very good stuff right here. Now we're going to paint these, just little stuff, and then we're going to get out our white paint pretty soon here. A little bit of stuff going on there on the drop tanks. This right here for the lantern. It goes on the plane, one of the pods. Just little details. So here's what we're doing. Painting a white undercoat on these dark parts. I'm going to let that dry. Once it's dry, we're going to come back and paint it with clear paints to represent landing lights. I'm showing you all the little areas that these have to go. That's one of the tail fins. There is another tail fin right there. Each one is a little different in how they look, so you just pay attention. Right here, that's part of the cockpit, and you can see the faded cloth look on the front. Had I known it was supposed to be a faded cloth in the beginning, I'd have done it just a little bit differently. But I learned after the fact, and that's okay. So we have these pitot tubes and all these little sensors that will go on the aircraft. A lot of those we're painting that aluminum looking color. We've got a ladder right here, which will go on the sides of the aircraft. There's two of those, one for the pilot and one for the RIO, which is the radar intercept officer. Paint all these. This is some more model making madness to make things look pretty, of course. We're going to put some red on this once this dries, or at least most of it, because if you don't and you're using acrylic Tamiya paint, it tends to go through. So we're doing a little bit of detail here where some landing lights are going to go. Got a couple of these on each side, front and underside of each part of this plane. You see me getting those right there. And then we will paint those the certain colors that they go. I'm not putting white under those because it's already on a light color. So things that were on a darker color, that is when I did that. So you see that right there. This is a clear paint. You see how I'm doing that right there. Let it dry and it'll look pretty when it's done. You've got a green paint right here. One of them might even be orange. Hard to tell. They do all kind of look alike after a while. Even the greens and orange blend together when you do so many models. And there we go. We have that right there. Going to get the edge right here of the wingtip with the landing light. You see how I do that? This is a thinner dotting tool. And of course, like I said, white paint on clear. That way it shows through better. And that's exactly why I did that. And this is basically model making madness at its finest. More parts of the wings right there. Each light's a different color. One's green, one's red. Here is the ladder again. We're going to put black on this. We are also going to do the red portions of it, which are the danger zone, meaning don't step off of the side, because we don't want people to hurt themselves, of course, getting into an aircraft. This right here, part of the landing gear, that's getting red. Yes, I get a little messy with it, and again, that's okay. Just do a little bit of weathering, paint over with some like silver, put something on there, dirt. You don't have to ever make things look perfect. The paint job doesn't have to be perfect, because that's what weathering really is. Things get used, they don't look brand new, they look all kind of discombobulated. Like this, for example. Yeah, I could have left it like that, make it look a little bit better. But this is how we're going to finish this out. That's what this wonderful ladder will look like. Remember, again, you do have two of these, so make sure you do both of them. Right here, we got our refueling probe. Gets a couple of different colors here. We got our white for the probe. We're going to put a little bit of a chroming silver on it, and then black for the tip. You're going to see me do that right now with the silver paint, going right around the edge right there. Finish that up. Then we'll paint the tip black right here, as you see me doing right now. By the way, thank you for watching my videos. I do greatly appreciate it. We have live chats when we do watch these, and you can join me. We type, we text, we have fun together. It's a wonderful thing. Painting these antennas as well. So I do thank you for watching my video. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, and like. And as always, until next time, see ya.